on the News Channel 5 network. This is OpenLine.
Hi, everybody. It's a Monday evening. Rory Johnston sitting in the chair for Jessica Ralston tonight. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to News Channel 5 Plus and OpenLine. And you know, May and June, a couple of big months for people getting married. So if you are, congratulations and best wishes. But, you need to do your homework. You need to do your research. And tonight, we have marriage counselor Chris Roberts with us. His first time here to OpenLine and News Channel 5 Plus. Welcome, sir.
Absolutely.
Glad you're here. We really appreciate it. 737-PLUS is the phone number to call, everybody. Open lines. Don't be shy because, you know, marriage is... it's not always easy. It's difficult, and challenges arise when you least expect them. Mm-hmm. And Chris is here to kind of help answer some questions tonight and talk a little bit about his business, which is Two Trees Counseling, right?
Correct.
Over
Correct.
On Albert Drive here in Nashville, and we'll give you the contact information at the end of the evening. Is it just marriage counseling, or you do individual counseling, couples therapy, a little bit of everything? Tell us about your business and what you do.
I do a little bit of everything. Marriage counseling, couples counseling, really, I would say is my specialty. So premarital counseling, dating couples, and I see lots of marriages, and I love doing that. But I also do individual work, and I work with people with kind of the whole gamut of anxiety, depression, OCD, anger. I see a lot of people with anxiety and depression. So, any of those things.
Do you see more of that? I mean, here we are, 2014. I've got my phone connected to, Facebook and Twitter, and it just seems like in today's world, it can get a bit overwhelming. Does that lead people to anxiety? Are expectations of each other higher, or what's behind this all?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that, with the technology age, I think there's this idea that we have more information and that we're better equipped to deal with things, especially in the realm of relationships. But I find that people aren't any more equipped than they were 5, 10, 15 years ago. And so I think that expectation could cause some of the blip in the way people are doing relationships these days. And, I don't think there's anything wrong with texting and Facebook and communicating over electronic devices, but I think there is some barrier, there's some buffer to actually being in a face-to-face conversation. So I think that's caused some of the issues that we have these days.
Mm-hmm. Why did you get into this?
Well, it's funny. I got into this because I love working with kids and with children, and I heard this lady one time who was just going back to school to get her master's in counseling. And she had talked about doing counseling for this program called wilderness therapy. So you'd be out in the woods and you'd be dealing with kids, with teenagers, nasty, snarly, surly teenagers in the woods, and running them through training courses. And that sounded fantastic to me. In fact, I never thought I would be sitting in an office with adults in a chair talking to people for hours. But as I went through my training and as I went through internship and different skills and different practicums, I realized that being with adults in the room with them, and especially with couples where there's more energy and chaos and conflict in the room, it's where I found my passion. It's where I found what I love to do and where I come alive.
Are you good now at being able to read a couple maybe on their first visit? Just you start to see trends and issues that come up, so right away you're pretty good at kind of spotting, okay, here's the issue, here's a dominant person, here's the person who's maybe not so dominant in the relationship, or what the issue might be?
I do. It's fun. That's one of the most fantastic parts, I think, about what I do is getting to see trends and me learning to be more comfortable with the different patterns that I see. Now, the difficulty becomes, how do I convey what I see in a way that either one of the parties actually wants to hear what I'm saying? So it's one thing to be able to see the different dynamics and different relationships, which is a really fun part of it. But that, I think the place that takes the most skill or the most work is saying it in a way that it doesn't feel too frightening or offending to them.
So don't be frightened and don't be offended, everyone. We want you to call in 737 plus. Are you or someone you know having a little bump in the road? And we all have them in our relationships, whether it's with a loved one, a spouse, or whether it's just any kind of a friend relationship, a family relationship. I come from a big family, trust me. There are bumps in the road for sure. 737 plus. Chris Roberts is here to help us along, so be sure to call in. And actually, we do have a caller, and that's Leon. Leon, welcome to OpenLine.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was married for 18 years, and my old lady decided, she had tried suicide 3 or 4 times.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And she finally succeeded. She got a 410 shotgun and shot herself.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. When did this happen, Leon?
Huh?
When did this happen?
2000.
Okay. Go ahead.
She shot herself in my bedroom with my daughter laying in the bed, and she put a basket over her head to keep the
right.
What flying on her.
How have you coped with it over these 13 or 14 years? Have you been able to go to some counseling to help you out?
I tried that earlier when I was younger. I was in the military, and I was harassed and given a bad time, and then I got out of the military and I got a job, and on the job I was harassed and given a hard time for being black, and so it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Right. And how are you doing today, would you say, Leon?
I'm doing great. I got my daughter. She's got her daughter, and I'm happy as a damn lark.
Oh, that's good. And had your ex-wife or your former late wife, did you try to get her help? Had she tried to get some help?
Yeah, she got help before, but see, it was I couldn't explain it. It's just like everything just kind of balled up on her one time. I lost my job. I had to get another job. I was being harassed on the job. So I quit and got another job, and she just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but it sounds like you've recovered well, and you're doing all right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, that's an extreme and very traumatic life event, and for him to be doing so well now, that shows that there's hope out there for people, right?
Absolutely. And his daughter, I hope she's doing well. I mean, I can't imagine that type of tragedy for everyone involved.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go next to Alonzo on line 2. Hey, Alonzo, welcome to OpenLine. Alonzo, you there? Oh, hold on a second. Let's try this. Alonzo, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Good question. I get married with a lady in California, but I have to move to Pennsylvania now. Move to Tennessee.
Okay.
She don't want to move. I mean, she likes it, but she don't want to move.
She doesn't want to move here to Tennessee?
No. So she asked you for the divorce. Say, well, it's up to you, because I don't want to back to California again.
Right.
So, and what is the best way to? She wanna. I mean, now she got an older relationship. So, what is the best way to do it for finish with her?
Okay. Now, when did you get married?
2007.
2007. And this whole time you've been in Tennessee and she's been in California, or did you recently move here?
No. She moved here.
She moved here.
Yes, and she back his fathers get older, and she take care. Say, okay, you come back when you're ready. Come in. You're more than welcome.
And she has told you that she wants a divorce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you don't want it.
I know.
Okay. Hold on and listen. Go ahead.
Well, Alonzo, what keeps you from moving back to California? Why is that not an option for you?
Well, she say that if you don't move, but right now she got a different relationship. So
She's in a new relationship in California, you said?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It's difficult.
Yeah, you're in a tough spot, Alonzo, really. I mean, being that far away, I think it's really difficult. And it's what we touched on a little bit earlier as far as, the technology that we have allows us to have different conversations, good conversations through Skype, texting, Facebook, and email, but it's not the same as being there in person. And so, it's, I think if there's any chance of you staying with your wife, you guys are probably going to have to be in the same city. And it's a difficult situation right now because it sounds like she's already with another person. So I'm not sure exactly where to go.
He needs to at least maybe get out to California to see her face to face and have a good talk about what's next.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so.
And that brings up an interesting point. I want to talk a little bit with Chris about long-distance relationships also. We're going to take our first break. We've got one caller on hold. Wide open lines after that, 737+. Marriage counseling, relationship counseling, that's what we're talking about on Open Line tonight. We hope you'll call in. We'll be right back.